Hey everyone, it's Exoman. Say hi to Farm Girl.
Hi
everyone. From time to time I like to share with you some developments that have been happening around here. Changes, innovations, inventions, hacks, health things, just
fun new stuff.
all things Farm Girl and Exoman in our household. But hopefully some of it will be useful information to you, maybe inspirational or just interesting. I don't know. So let's take a look around and see what's been going on this past year or so. All right. So first of all, I'm not making a video about materialism. We're less and less about stuff because we're trying to minimize and get rid of more things than we acquire. But obviously, since I'm talking about new developments, you're going to see some things that we have acquired. But in the spirit of non-materialism, let's start with this. Here's a sign that I painted. I just created this. I think I did something in video about this, but this is a piece of storm wood. It's a nice big chunk of treated wood, and I just painted a sign on it, attached, glued some oysters and oyster shells and knives. And isn't that cute? Okay, so here is, speaking of acquisitions, this is actually a replacement I had. And the funny thing about this, I've done a couple of videos about this truck, and I had to put some running boards on here, and Farm Girl helped me with that. But I got so much flack about my Toyota when I had my Toyota, and I loved it, and I wasn't going to get rid of it. But then I had a need for four-wheel drive, and I ended up finding a good deal on this truck, so I bought it. And it's a Ram, so now I get a lot of people who criticize me for having a Ram, so that's interesting. All right, now let's go over here. This is cool. I like this. We had some furniture that we threw out, and so here's a replacement. You know, stuff gets old. This is made out of decking boards. Isn't this cool? And we're in a harsh saltwater environment, so this is made with all stainless hardware. And we bought this at a festival here locally. So it's not only American made, but it's locally made furniture by local artisans. Isn't that awesome? One cool thing that's happening today is Farm Girl is making a cooking video. What you making?
I am calling it salsa verde chicken.
Oh, I can't wait.
Easy peasy. It's cold out here.
This is something I put in. You probably saw a video about this, but I just put this in a while back, and it's just wonderful. It's been wonderful to have. It's propane. I plumbed it myself over to a tank. Yeah, reminds me of New Orleans. That's right. Here's another thing that we had to get during storm season. We replaced a smaller generator with this. You can't really see it. It's a propane. It's a dual fuel. It's a dual fuel generator that we're only using with propane currently for disasters when we need power and don't have it. I recently changed out the swing hardware. So the swing is absolutely silent now. The porch swing. Isn't that wonderful? It used to make a whole lot of noise. Look, I put curtains out here on this deck because sometimes during the sunset, depending on the time of the year, it's blinding when you sit here. This is a drain that I put in. Isn't that cool? It's a channel drain because we have a downhill slope here on this driveway, and I did a video about installing this, and it picks up this gutter here and goes on and goes over to the gully over there. She's going to work out, which she does, I think, five times a week or so. Look, here's something else that I did myself. I put a tilt and trim unit on here that I attached my motor to, so I now have tilt and trim on my boat. Isn't that cool? There's a video about that, a how-to video. Got my lighthouse working. that is wired. That light is wired over to here. We're making some changes here. This is all temporary, but I want to show you this. This is really awesome. This is a new kind of timer that I hadn't seen before. So the idea is, I bought this at Lowe's. I don't know what the brand is, but you can get stuff like this at Lowe's and Home Depot. They've made some advances. Check this out. So you can program this. It's got 6 outlets in it, 3 on the side, 3 on the other. And you can program this timer. It comes on at dusk, right? Because it's got a light sensor. But you can program, instead of setting complicated tables and crap like that, you just press touch until it goes to 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, meaning that your lights will stay on for that many hours after dusk. Isn't that cool? Anything you plug into it is on the timer. So I've got night lighting out here and a very simple timer. So that comes on and these come on. It's very cool. A couple of weeks ago I cut down a tree over here with my steel chainsaw, MS290, Farm Boss chainsaw with an 18-inch bar, and that produced a lot of material to burn away. We burned away almost this whole tree except for these pieces here in our little fire pit out back. Let me show you what's going on with the chainsaw. It's the MS290. Got a loose chain on it right now. I got to tighten that up. But it stopped working during the cutting of that tree, and I went through the system. I couldn't find out what was wrong. I changed the air filter, the gas filter, changed the fuel filter, spark plug. I mean, I kind of rebuilt the saw, and it turned out in the end what it may have been was just the metering diaphragm on the carburetor had let gas into the head, so or into the crankcase, and the crankcase was just flooded with gas. So in the end, what I did was I took the spark plug out and turned it upside down and cranked it, and a bunch of gas came out of the crankcase. So now the chainsaw works like a top, and it's been rebuilt. It needed it anyway. So here is, now this is going back a while. I built this kayak rack, and that's been great to keep the kayaks up out of the sun and the rain under cover here. Just fun. I know you handy guys like to see stuff like that. That's couldn't be more simple than that. Making use of the structure under my carport here. This is a little harp that I bought when I think I was 16 years old, and I taught myself to play a few little songs on it, and it's in the key of C, right? And I've had that for over 40 years, right? And then I recently bought a harmonica in the key of G. Isn't that cool? So now I have 2 different keys. Eat your heart out, Neil Young. So here is a device that I believe my wife bought online. I'm not trying to sell a particular brand. That's why you don't see a brand name here. But it's a spot remover, like age spots, sunspots, liver spots, skin tags, etc. You can use this tool to burn them off. It's fantastic. I recently burned an age spot or a sunspot off of my face with it. It's a wonderful thing to have. All right. Now, people always ask me what kind of equipment I use to make my videos, and primarily it's a cell phone. Isn't that cool that technology has evolved to that point where we can use a phone to produce videos? Now check this out. Here's a wide-angle lens that you can attach to your phone. Isn't that amazing? Look at the difference. I think this cost maybe $20 online. There you go. This year we have ditched the Vietnamese cinnamon in favor of this Ceylon or Ceylon, I think it's Ceylon, which is the safer cinnamon, we're told. Other cinnamons, cheaper cinnamons can have, well, this is not that expensive, but other cinnamons can have pretty severe health consequences, especially in large amounts, so you want to buy the right kind. Here are some aging awards from YouTube, and those are for 100,000 for each of those channels, so now we're pushing 1 million on one of them, so hopefully we'll pick up that award soon. A pastel that I did many years, what, 1983. So I just retrieved this from the farm. It had a broken glass and the pastel was exposed to the elements. So I went to Home Depot and got a piece of glass, and there he be, Laurence Olivier, 1983. It's kind of, there's a few paintings in here. This is my office, but these are some of my paintings. Just a few. Some on the wall. 33 pages of my autobiography. This is probably the third or fourth time I've started writing, and I've lost the other drafts of this over the years, but it's time. I'm pushing 60, and I've been threatening and promising to write this down for a number of years, and so I have gotten into it. I've gotten, I don't know, 26,000 words into it, so it's going to happen. So look for that Exoman autobiography, hopefully coming within the next year or so. Check out what I just put up here. Not this, but this thing. Still working on it, but the wife and I had one of these 25 years ago in Anaheim, California. What great fun for couples and friends. I think we'll have a pub party soon. Just terrific. Great pastime. Look at that. How did you get this?
Look what we have created.
Look at that.
So beautiful. Camera just doesn't do it justice.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I wish you could just take a picture and it would look just like that.
Yeah, you can't, there's no way you can see all the depth and
Yeah.
variation. There we go, that's a little better on that. Oh, sweet. Sweet is the life.
Beauty.
Okay, still no painting here. I haven't painted a portrait in over 20 years. I used to paint portraits for a living. One day I'll get the time and the inspiration and do that again. Let's look in the curio cabinet here. Here's farm girl and her dad when he remarried, and this is me in 1985. This is no new development. That's in Paris in summer of '85. This is my great-grandfather. I just retrieved that from the farm. Interesting man. Wrote a little bit about him in my autobiography that I'm working on. Here's something that we did a video on. Farm girl and I molded our hands. Isn't that neat? And here's one that I had done 15, 18 years ago, I don't know, with my son. I just think those things are so cool. Kind of nice stuff to have around after you're long gone, right? This is a camera that I found in an abandoned car that was grown over with woods, with trees and vines, and I found that in the 70s in the woods in Louisiana. This is a mirror. Look at that. It's an antique mirror that I bought for $1. It was in terrible shape. It had broken seashells glued to it and terrible white paint. And I restored it. Isn't it a beauty? This is a little brass propeller that I bought on Etsy, and I mounted it on a piece of a wooden box frame there. Isn't that cool? Tujague's, place I used to go in the woods. Check this out. This is something that I requested for Christmas. It's a backwasher. How cool is that? It's a very, very good tool for cleaning the oil off your back. I don't wash my back otherwise, and you know, I don't like my body oils on my bed sheets. So that is a really, really cool thing that I would highly recommend. My son bought it for me, I believe, on Amazon. Check out that beauty, huh? You probably saw the video on that if you've been watching. This is a fan that I restored. It's probably from the 30s. We had these around when I was kids. But look at this, watch this. You see this? It's an interesting little thing here. This is how, if I want to go to bed and have my light on when I go to bed and not get up and turn it off, I have this little remote. See? Isn't that cool? I'm so unsophisticated that this is high tech for me. Oops, wrong button. So what I got was this thing. I was at Lowe's looking for a solution for this, and I found this little unit here that you plug in, and you plug a fixture into it, and it just operates, I guess, like Bluetooth, you know, this little switch.
And don't forget, you can turn the nightlight on and off.
Yeah.
So you can have a nightlight on.
Oh, that is really,
or off.
That is really neat.
Yeah. And it is pretty bright at night.
Yeah, I don't like a nightlight.
So I'm like, unplug that thing.
So that's pretty cool. And this is an air machine that I use on low to dull down ambient noises at night while I sleep. How cool is that? We even brought that to Chicago with us, and it helped a lot. It helped me sleep in an area where there was a lot of noise at nighttime. So those are very cool. Wind machines. I think that particular model was developed when I was a little kid. We have been posting more on Twitter, building the Twitter audience, 9,351. So.
Getting up there.
Yeah. Check out these beauties. These are a couple of tomahawks that were sent to us by Tyler Gunworks out of Texas, I believe. Aren't these beautiful? We did videos. This is going back a while, and Farm Girl and I were throwing them into a tree. So they're very sturdy axes with hickory handles, custom made. Thank you, Tyler Ironworks. They do great jobs on guns and axes and things like that. All right. So say you're in your 50s, like I am. Hell, even if you're in your 30s, you need to start looking out for your prostate. You need to really take care of your prostate health. And I've been drinking a lot of pomegranate juice because that helps a whole lot. But it's very expensive, and it's expensive in terms of calories as well. But recently, my wife picked up some of this, and this obviously isn't sponsored. In fact, I'm putting my thumb over the brand because that's not what I'm trying to accomplish here. I'm not trying to sell a brand. I'm trying to sell an idea. And the idea that pomegranate helps your prostate it's not an idea. It's proven. I mean, this stuff really works. And so what this is a concentrate form. It's just got the polyphenols. It doesn't have all the calories and sugars of drinking pomegranate juice. And I think it works as well, if not better. Again, this is not sponsored. This is for your edification and education. I hope this helps some of you guys out there in this group. All right. So there you go. That's my new super healer for the prostate. for obvious reasons. I was having a problem with earwax in one of my ears, and so I bought some of these ear candles. And those really help. They really work to draw the wax out of your ear. You got to be very careful because they're flammable, and you're going to be using them indoors. You're probably going to be laying down. You pretty much have to lay down to use these. But they're a wonderful, wonderful thing if you have a lot of earwax and you want an easy solution. But like I say, be careful. All right, let's talk coffee maker. We recently replaced our coffee maker with this. I think it's called the K-Duo. I did a video about it. There are things I like, things I don't. I think it's a pretty good machine. I like that it has this removable reservoir here. I just banged it into a plate. And I don't really love that it doesn't have a warmer. It has this carafe. But I heat this up with hot water, and it works fine. I don't drink coffee past the late morning anyway, so I don't need it to sit on the burner for very long. But I love that it makes K-cups or a full pot. That's very cool. Check out the video. Computer glasses. Read about them online. Helps save your eyes if you spend a lot of time working on the computer like I do. Check. All right, look, got your present.
Oh, that's pretty looking. Whoa, that's thanny.
Yeah.
What size is that?
Your size, I'm hoping.
I don't know. Thank you.
It's kind of like that.
It looks tinier to me.
That's so funny that you have outfits and come in a little CD envelope.
It should cost like 10 cents to mail this.
Yeah.
getting to work. I have about 20 calendars that I have to send out, and some mugs, and some little magnets, and mouse pads, all kinds of fun stuff.
Don't send out my mug. I'm actually drinking my coffee right now.
I wouldn't send that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
A small one.
Thank you.
Not for you, but I'll chew it.
Thank you.
He says, give it to Poe. Poe says, I love this book. Time to get out of that makeup you have there, huh?
Yes. You like it?
Yeah. Wash that stuff off. All right.
All right. Well, so while I do that, I can show you my tricks to keep my shower clean.
Oh, okay.
Come on in.
Let's see.